Sir, I would like to know what is your personal vision for the future of higher education in India and how is EIT aligned with that vision?
I think future of education, not just in India, I think globally is experiential education. For me, I think it is very evident that education as we know of and as we have known till date is no longer practical, sustainable or complete. It's incomplete, right? Education has to be holistic. It has to be 360 degree. And more importantly, it has to be experiential in nature. And what do I mean by experiential in nature is that, it's the framework till date has been largely, we have NBAs, outcome-based education, but framework till date has been largely laboratoriums and classrooms, and that laboratoriums and classrooms are always limited in their scope. We may have understanding, we may have cognitive learning, but what you call psychomotor learning are absent. I call them experiential education. See, I am first and foremost a spiritual teacher, a spiritual mentor to many people. And for me, education has always been experiential in nature. For me, life as it happens to people and reflective, contemplative capacities, meditative capacities give rise to the expansion and the evolution of the consciousness. So I've been an ashram jivi. I have gone through a training which is spiritual in nature, ontological in nature. And for me, that only means education. Right. Okay. So there's an incident that I always, share with many people that I used to be a student. I was in my 4th year. My scooter broke down. I reached my home, left the scooter with my mechanic, took my father's car next day, reached the institute. My father called me up, inquiring as to where am I. I told him I am at this institute. I'm having his car, which he already knew, Yeah, I have his car. But he inquired about that and he was puzzled, So he said, you are a 4th year engineering student in the best institute of the country. And you can't figure out what's wrong with your scooter while the mechanic has already worked out. And all that happened was the spark plug was dirty. And all I had to do was to pick that out, clean it up and put it back and the scooter would have started. But I failed to do that and mechanic was able to find that out. So that left me, pondering as to what the education is all about. And experiential education is the key. We may have industry alignment trainings, we may have conferences, seminars, workshops, we have project-based learning. These are all good stuff. But experiential education at its highest is the transmission of the education rather than the impartment of the education. And transmission happens when the teachers themselves, like the innocence of a curious student, start exploring the concepts which they have already understood or have gotten degrees in. So that and do that together, in collaboration, which is, if we do that together, that exploration, that's where, we again get the concepts afresh, and in that process, students get that for the first time. Right. Like they would have never gone to. Right, so education is about attaining a perspective, which happens only through experiential education, not just a degree. And that I think should be and is the future of the global. We are moving from the information age to the knowledge age. And I think the future belongs to the wisdom age. That's where we should focus on the wisdom age.
Wow.
Yes?
Sir, my another question is, you're not only the chairman of EIT, but also the visionary behind the last center. So how do both initiatives complement each other in your life and mission?
I think I see life as whole, as one united whole. I think George Bernard Shaw once said, the great masters are those for who have no difference in the play and the word. Work is play, play is word, Life doesn't distinguish. There is no distinction in life. Life is, if you are at work, You are the same man, okay? The same consciousness, same mind. At home, the same consciousness. Wife, whatever. And as I told you, first and foremost, a spiritual man coming from this Vedantic and Tantric traditions. हम लोग बोलते हैं सागर कहीं से भी चखो खारा का खारा. So life is one united whole. And for me, life at ashram is the life at the institute, and the life at the institute is the life at the ashram. So it's a modern group we have over here. And as I just told you about the experiential education there is also experiential in nature. Education here is also experiential worship. And I am someone who's a householder. I have a family, I have a wife, 2 kids. And renunciation, I think, is not my preferred option. In fact, on the contrary, I understand that, unless and until you grapple with the issues and challenges thrown at you by the life itself, you can't sharpen or shape yourself in the evolutionary manner, in the absence of that.
Correct.
These challenges, the problems that we face as a humanity will shape the future humanity. And what we need is a contemplative capacity, the capacity to grapple with and engage with them, authentically, profoundly, courageously, deeply, committedly, will shape the consciousness of who we are as human beings. So, life at ashram, life as a spiritual being is complete only with the life, with the communities and the societies around, with the industry. And in the community and societies today are the industry, the governance models, right? The whole community services. It's all belong there. So you have to have community services. You need to have industry. You need to have way to engage with the governance of the day, and the individual family lives of all the stakeholders. Now put that together is what constitute as a human living. Of course, add to that the mother nature and the whole environment and all that. So that, and if an institute is not going to address that, who is going to? Or if not an ashram is going to do that, spiritual community is not going to do that, who is going to be? So now the roles are, we are interdependent universe anyway, but I think everyone has to play the role, and every agency, every platform that we engage from has to engage and address those issues.
Wow, so you really have a very good pitch.
Right?
Sir, I would like to ask you one more question. Now, Echelon has a beautiful and vibrant campus.
Right.
So how important is the role of infrastructure in reshaping students' experience and, learning outcomes?
I think if you see this infrastructure is, I think, of vital importance. See, the point is, what we claim to have over here is a culture of inspiration, exploration, and invention. Okay? Now, this culture of inspiration, exploration, and invention is rooted to a good extent, a great extent, on the infrastructure you have. See the architecture, the whole aesthetics around. It's a lush green, and we intend to become zero emission, zero energy campus. We are not yet, but we are a green campus. We have solar energy. We are following rain harvesting and all that. So we are doing all that. And you will see a lot of birds around who will be in the times of especially summers, come down over here to quench their thirst, because they find water over here, the lush green. The temperature over here is little lower than the temperature around. But more important than the images, the sculpts, the paintings, So, I can just show you over here. So we have this, these beautiful paintings done by the students of the College of Arts, which is the #1 arts college, Tantali University. What they have done is they have just beautifully painted these pictures, Einstein and some images of the work done by the Da Vinci, of the arguably the greatest genius of our time. So they have painted that. Now all that is part of the inspiration and its thirst or curiosity that students or the young minds have. You see around there, this is the work done by these students of the College of Arts.
Wow.
Now, see, this suffering is the actually. So, Jamiji man work here is these symbols, these painting, these inscriptions are important for the inspiration of these students. I mean, evolutionary biologists say this. So you have genes and then you have epigenes. Now the epigenetics is a branch where the your DNA gets modified through the experiences you have, through your sensory perceptions. So what you see, what you hear is all going to add up to making the human that you are. And our Vedantic and Tantric traditions have long focused on that.
Okay.
The whole Vastu, the whole environment, there is a resonance. So string theory always says, the chanting of a mantra. So the sounds you hear, the colors you see, they all add up. If you are in sync with the frequency of vibration of the universe, your evolution is far more easier. No? We need to do a lot more other things as well. I mean, that's not the only way you go forward. Okay, that's helps a lot.
My next question is, EIT's vision is to create technical and management leaders who are engaged in innovation and nation building. So how is this vision being translated into action across the institute?
See, the thing is, we have, as I told you, the whole module for experiential education. That is the vision that we are inspired by. We have established a vision for that. There is a mission statements and policy frameworks in alignment with that vision and mission statements. And there are programs and processes which are designed to support that education module, which will end up you as an exploratory spirit in the field of technology and management. So we are NB accredited already, so that framework supports that.
Congratulations.
And we are, but the thing is that NB framework is, in my view, is a little limited because it talks about remembrance, it's talked about understanding, it's talked about application, and then analysis and evolution, and then creativity as well. But to be honest, creativity is just on the paper. Institutions today are only at best talking about the cognitive abilities, but as I told you, not psycho motor applications. What we have done is that we have instituted all those models of learning already: flipped learning, group learning, self-learning. But more important than that are these project-based assignments. And these are industry-based projects, these are community-based projects. So you go to the villages, we have 35 MOUs, right, with the villages around here.
Okay.
We have one of the largest, in fact, the largest MOUs, number of MOUs in the IP family. And those MOUs support in adapting and updating our curriculum regularly with the industry needs, and then holding projects which are the challenges or the issues faced by the industry, okay, doing the research work over there. So there are faculties doing research over there, and their projects are given, research-based projects are given to the students as well, B.Tech students, which are personally mentored by the senior faculties. Same with the other projects, community-based projects or the industry-based projects. And then you have industry-aligned assignments as well. We have regular faculty development programs by the industry people. We have regular faculty development programs alongside the student training programs by the industry people. So updating the training and updating all that the industry needs for the day. So it is skill development, but then also it is knowledge development. And then also, if it has to be experiential, it has to be in sync with the real world outside and the challenges of the real world outside. That's why how we have worked it up. That's really true. And then top it up with entrepreneurship development cell. So I think I'm a great believer that be a job creator rather than job seeker. So we support people through entrepreneurship development cell in having startups. So incubation cell is here, innovative cells are here. So we just through all these And of course, we just talked about the Vastu and all that. So whole aesthetics, the culture, the symbolism, right? To all that.
So my next question is, the mission mentions transformative education,
Right.
and societal contribution. So how do you see EIT contributing towards, the both industry and, society?
See, as I told you, we just talked about holistic nature of we as humans, okay? Now, if I am a creative, confident man or woman, and I'm inspired to bring something new in the universe, that will be, who will I do it for? Of course, I'm going to do it for the community that are, which is going to be, and the communities are industry, the other kinds of communities again. So it can be the governance models. Whatever I do, it's a no-brainer that whatever I do, I always do for others. It's a law of nature. I can't do anything for myself. Anything and everything I have today, okay? We're wearing these kurtas, these stoles and all that, made by someone else. So when we talk about creation, when we talk about education, when we talk about intelligence, what are we talking about? We are talking about contributing towards someone, which is Karma Yoga, okay? So, what we have done is that, as I just told you, brought these stakeholders together. Community and government, industry, academia, right? And then supported by all the stakeholders in the institute. And now all these connected together, okay? And supporting each other out is the framework through which it is ensured that we are able to bring about the new man or the woman, and that maybe once talked by Shri Agarwal, who are able to deliver, okay? Who are inspired individuals, okay? Who are nourishing family members, who are contributive community members, and who are able to make an impact towards the evolution of the humanity that we are, right? And lead the states and the nations that we represent. So that's how it has all been worked out.
Great. I would like to know, sir, what is the message to the students and parents who are evaluating, engineering education as EIT?
If you are looking for holistic education, come to us. If you are interested in experiential education, education as a perspective, okay? Education as a mastery, not just a degree, okay? And what do I mean by perspective? What I mean is this, that if a master painter come over here and see the whole greenery around over here, I see a color, okay? But a master painter would see different kind of colors because he has a different art. So you have a beautiful architecture. I see the architecture in a particular way, but a master architect would see the building in a different way. Maybe he would be able to find fault in a whiff. Correct. Other may be enamored by this great architectural building, okay? But a master architect will find faults. He has a different eye. So I tell the parents, one example I always give, okay? And at the same I would tell the parents and all that. If I have to make a tea, and the way I prepare a tea is, so if I have to prepare tea, say make a tea for 4 people. So what I'll do is I put the water down, counting every cup of water. So 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups. I have put or add milk, counting, okay? For 1, for 2, for 3, for 4. I'll add sugar, counting 1 spoon, 2 spoon for 2 people, 3 spoon for 3, 4 to 4. But if you are a master chef, a master tea maker, right? Like my mother was. She was a wonderful tea maker or a homemaker or a chef. She has to prepare tea for, say, 50 people. She will have a count. But the tea will be sufficient and exactly as required for 50 people.
Wow.
Whether 1 or 50, 10 or 50. She will never count the sugar. She will never count the tea. She will just go to the kitchen, put the water from the, open the tap, fill the bowl, put on the burner, and through the she will pour down this क्या बोलता है उसको in the from the jar,
Right.
उसको ढक्कन में लिया, and then when वो there, and sugar will come right. No. I mean, she was a master teacher. Now that is a perspective. So education, unless and until gives you the perspective, it's not true education. If you are looking for that education as a perspective, the art of engineering, the holistic education, if you want to partner with us towards creating that one common great shared future, which I just talked about for humanity,
Yes.
join us. If you're not willing for that, if you're looking for good placement, we will give you. But I think don't shy away from us because distance it's little away from my home. Okay. Anyone who has left his home has become a great man, and those who have stayed back home may or may not become a great man. Okay. So move away. Don't look at distance. Don't look at. Don't go to an institute because my friend has taken admission over there. Don't go to an institution because my brother or sister is studying over there. Choose wisely, choose consciously, look at the best options for yourself, and discounting the money and the distance. Okay? Loans are available. Education is not very costly. You have the kind of packages you will get are far, far superior to what you are going to get now. Okay? So I think that is my message to the
Then it's absolutely clear. So I also strongly believe that the perspective among the students is absolutely missing. Right. So my next question is, what are some initiatives EIT has taken to ensure high employability and industrial readiness among its graduates?
See, industrial readiness, as I told you, we have I think largest number of MIUs in the IP family. So we have industry aligned trainings. We have faculty development programs by the industry people. We have students training program, regular training program, short-term, long-term courses by the industry people, short-term and long-term courses by the academia for readiness, okay? And then there are minor specializations now being offered through ANKT by the universities. So we have short to long-term that. And then what you do is, there is a whole, you as an individual, okay? Your evolution as an individual, your evolution as a leader. So we have personal development programs. We prepare well for your interviews, your group discussions. But more important than, we have spiritual and ontological workshops on various topics like freedom, leadership, confidence, power, and excellence. Okay, and we have workshops like family, friends, and relationship, team building. Okay, evolution, intelligence, and consciousness. One title of a workshop. So we have these different kind of workshops, ontological workshops, spiritual workshops, which goes a long way in creating them as leaders for communities, societies, nations, okay? And the humanity as a whole. So this is how I think, and training and placement department is always there to support you and finding you a good job. Or if you want to go for higher education again, then we're ready. Always ready to support and preparation for the higher education entrance exam, GRE, GMA, TAP. So that's all there.
So my next question is related to the research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. In what ways, is EIT promoting a culture of research, say innovation and entrepreneurship among students and faculties?
See, innovation cell we have incubation centers by the industry for the startups. So entrepreneurship development cell is there. We support the students through programs like Business Blasters, where to a student or a group of students we give a seed money, and they can take up a project. And if that project is selected, we support those selected projects and arrange interviews with the industry people, venture capitalists, and all shape the selection has been done by our team. Support fully through our banking arrangements the linkages we have with the banks to finance say projects that they have in Mitterpa. So we are supporting in the entrepreneurship development style to the, and they can take up a project, okay, go to their professors. The great thing that is happening is that we have personalized mentoring system. So a personalized mentoring system is there to support them, give an individual attention on all the issues or topics that they took detailed care of them. Detail means from their academics to their activities in other areas, which may be on entrepreneurship development side. Okay, so those kinds of innovation, incubation, okay, and also the issues, the challenges that the industry is facing are being given as projects, right, and that helps a lot in working out solutions. So innovation is the key. Or research also is through innovation, right? So innovation-based research is the key. That's what they are doing.
My next question is, how is Echelon building partnership with industries and global institutions?
The thing is that, as I think I've answered a lot of your question already.
Right.
And we have some international partnerships. But I think I'm not satisfied with that at the moment. Those international partnerships are still work in progress. We have worked out a few. But in the near future, we intend to make a serious effort in that direction. I'm soon visiting Europe, okay, and maybe we'll end up signing a lot of projects in that direction or some understanding and IMOUs. So that is all coming up.
That would be a handsome opportunity for the students.
Yes.
That's good. So, the next question is, what opportunities do students have in terms of internships, MOUs, and global exposure? And this is the question, which is something which is very, very important.
As I told you, we have the largest number of MOUs with the industry. So industry tie-ups means industrial visits, internships, trainings, job opportunities. We recently had one of the biggest job fairs, okay, in association with the Labor Ministry, Government of India. We are going to have very soon, okay, the biggest job fair in the IP history, in the IP family. More than 100 companies participating. That again is with the association with the Labor Ministry, Government of India. So we have worked it all out, and that'll be a great job opportunity for them. And that will be again these tie-ups that we have with the industry, okay, like TCS, Infosys. So they are great employers, and again also great places for internship and training. So that's how we have worked it out. Yes,
correct. The international exposure is really very important for the students these days. That gives you the international recognition to the students. So I've heard about Echelon, that Echelon generally focuses on holistic student development. So the next question is, EIT is not just about academics. What role do extracurricular or say co-curricular clubs and sports play in student development here?
See, the goal is here, as I talked about experiential education, I talked about holistic education. The point is you excel easily if you have discovered the inspiration, the love, the meaning, or the purpose of your life. So I am of the understanding that, and that all that we talked about, the industry, MOUs, everything. It's difficult, to always, ask someone different from their inherent nature. A dog will bark, a horse will gallop. कृष्ण ने कहा है कि स्वधर्म में ही स्थापित होना श्रेष्ठ करें. And that swadharma is your inspiration, right? The love, the meaning, the purpose of your life. So we have these 15 clubs, okay, ranging from literary to drama to theater to music to robotics, okay, photography, like this great gentleman who was shooting us. So we have all these, different clubs we have, and their purpose is to support the student in their 4-year stint, okay, largely 4-year stint over here. The passion of their life, the meaning, the love of their life. If they have discovered them, they could be an engineer by degree. Like I am an engineer by degree, but now my first love is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So that is there. You could be an engineer, but then you may become a filmmaker. You may become a politician, you will become a businessman, you may become an academician, anything, okay? Anything is possible. But that has to happen in the first 4 years. If that happens in the first 4 years of your undergraduate programs, then life ahead becomes very easy. During my years as a student, I did some minor course in a minor specialized adolescent psychology. And I realized that, the adolescents are one of those people who are pressured the most. They have a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety because they're coming out of the secure environments of the home, stepping into the unknown large world outside. A lot of expectations from the parents, the society, the whole relation. It's the time to make up or break up. That should not happen. A student feel at home, in the institute and out there in the industry and out there open in the world, global world outside. That can't happen unless until they have a holistic training and given sufficient opportunity to discover their love, meaning and purpose, because it is the inspiration, love and meaning which gives you the confidence. That's how it's called the Atma Bal. There is something called which is psychological confidence, but this is spiritual confidence. And my view, spiritual confidence is the only confidence. It's a matter of circumstances. Circumstantial confidence is no confidence. Something which is inherently there with you all the time. Okay? That is what counts. So that's what it is.
Weird. So I'm curious to know, the answer of the next question. I mean, what is your message to the current students regarding using their time in college wisely?
I think should go to library, explore, play, engage in clubs, which we just talked about, discover the self. And as our vision is, we are the culture of inspiration, exploration and invention, meaning explore the self, okay? I am. As a student, as son or daughter of someone, as a community member, as an institution stakeholder, as the citizen of this nation, explore that self. As a job seeker, as a job creator, explore that self and explore the community that I am, okay? The cultural, technical milieu that I am in the context of the universal absolute oneness. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham ka exploration Brahmasmi ke context mein. So that is what they should do. Live your life fully. Use libraries, use the whole infrastructure, use your teachers, use your mentors. Don't shy in disturbing them. We are available. And engage, participate, what calls you, what inspires you. Make mistakes. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you can't be success.
Correct.
So do that. That's all the message I have. And take care of your parents and invite them. And parents, I have again, okay, we have worked out this arrangement to include parents in our administrative and academic activities. We regularly have parent-teacher meetings, but more important than is if the parents themselves come volunteer over here in academic and administrative activities. We are willing to partner with you. This message is loud and clear. Come to us, join us, and don't sit across the table. Sit this side of the table with us. That is the message I have to parents.
That's really great, sir. The message which is given to the students and parents, the co-creation, that's really good. Likewise, you told me that you are a spiritual leader. I would like to know what unique learnings from the last center have been brought into Echelon Institute of Technology to shape it into a more holistic institution.
See the vision that we have established, collaborative creation and evolutionary partnership. So it's about we are engaging with an experiential education, which I talked about. B.Tech. Experiential teacher becoming an experiential student and experiential student talking to experiential student. This is evolutionary. So when we can, हम राज्य तभी बना सकते राम और हनुमान मिले तो राम राज्य, पांडव और कृष्ण मिले तो द्वारका है. Boy, this is coming togetherness of the people who are inspired, who are holistic, who are men and women of integrity, and who are committed spirits. That committed intentionality is the biggest gift of the TLC, the last center, in the making of this institution. We are of course we have meditations and all those things here, but I think I'll sum it up this way, that the whole vision, the whole culture, the culture of inspiration, exploration, invention, the spirit is the TLC, the last center. It is impossible without that. Right. So that's where it is.
That's great. Me being as an academician, would like to know more about your future plans. What are your top priorities for the EIT in the next 3 to 5 years?
Number one is we could have become a university, okay, long back 2016 itself. We are already an institute of university scale.
Okay.
But as my habit is to take the harder path, we have this affiliation with the IP University. The university system will be wounded up in the next 4 or 5 years.
Right.
And the plans are very simple. We may go for becoming an autonomous institution, and then university in our own right, participate in US rankings, which we are not doing, and then next 3 to 5 years coming in top 100 in the NIRF and US rankings. That's our goal. We are planning to bring up in its wholeness this holistic model of education. A work in progress. It's always a work in progress. We're always moving, regularly updating, doing things. So these things are to be worked about. And then international collaborations. That's something which we need to really work about. So we are intent on doing that, having these collaborations. I think this is what it is. I think next 10 years, we have set out of a goal of being there. 1 year is already gone. Last year we set out that goal. In the next 9 years, we intend to be in top 10 in the country.
Okay.
So that's our goal.
That's really good. Yes. So you told me that, Echelon is, planning to become a university, or you're going to participate in QS ranking. My next question is related to the same domain. I mean, do you really envision Echelon becoming a university or a center of excellence in the future?
Yes, I do. I mean, we all do that. I mean, we are already a center of excellence, but we intend to become a full-fledged university in the coming years. Only thing is, we could have already become that, but I have just taken easy, and we are having this. IP is a great university. It is in the top 3 in the 300 in the QS Asian rankings.
Wow.
And great research, and partnering with them is we are learning in the progress. We are already university scale. We have a lot of things going for us. We have Department for Computer Sciences, Artificial Intelligence, coming up robotics, okay, the space science engineering, all that. So we are coming up with all that. Maybe we'll be launching aerospace and geospatial and geoinformatics. We already are a good, great destination for highly specialized courses.
Wow.
So I think there's no reason we would not become university. There's all the reason we would become. Only thing is I'm taking it a little slower rather than rushing into it.
Got it. Sir, as per the latest report, I have heard that Delhi is going to be a startup hub and pick up in the upcoming years. So my next question is, how do you see EIT's role in contributing to the education ecosystem of India, especially in the Delhi NCR or say Haryana?
I think whatever I just talked about up till now is we are pioneering experiential education.
Wow.
A lot of people who are talking about experience, but I think we are pioneering. We are creating a great module for education, which is exploratory and inspirational in nature, which is evolutionary in nature. And the things which I just talked about, I think are sufficient examples that we are going to contribute fully and wholly. See, education is always for the enlightenment and the expansion of consciousness. That is the highest goal of education. So this awakening and the awareness of the human consciousness, I think, is the biggest impact that we can do, and that will express itself through technical and management and other allied fields, okay, which we intend to add up in the future, okay. So maybe some medical lines and all that. So I think that's how we are going to make an impact, creating job creators, jobs, making contribution to the communities, research and development, addressing issues and challenges faced by the NCR region and the Haryana, and of course India as a nation. So I think we have tightened our belt, okay, and laced our shoes, ready to go and bath rem.
So last two questions. I have last two questions. I mean, what is your one message to the students, faculties, and parents who are watching this, today?
I think love your families, be creative and evolutionary, be adventurous, take risk, won't shy away, allow your highest self to express itself, and be evolutionary in nature. Bhagwan Vishnu is evolutionary. Okay, so है कि आगे चीता बोलते हैं. So those who dare to take a step or use wheels on the doom at the top is always end. The doom at the top is always equal. Don't settle for mediocrity. Always going for the highest. ये उदाह करना से कौश है. भगवान कृष्ण ने कहा excellence is your. So commit to excellence. Give your 100% in whatever. That's my message to the students. That's my message to the parents. Support them in making some mistakes. Support them in taking the risk. Let them play out 100%. Okay? Excellence is yoga. So aim for the highest. Go for the highest. Don't settle for mediocrity. That's, I think, is in us. Even take care, because excellence in the absence of holiness is not. So holistic excellence. That is
That's a true message. Let's choose. I have a last question, but not the least. What makes Echelon different from other institutions in this region?
Whatever I said up till now, the human technology, the experiential education, the lifelong partnership. Again, lifelong partnership we have with the parents, students, their families. Our training and placement department is committed to you, not just finding you a job while you are graduating out.
Right.
But say even 10 years from now, okay, you are in an industry, you are absorbed over there, you're looking for some training, come to us, we'll provide you. If you are looking for some promotion, come to us, we'll provide you. If you are looking for placements, or if you're looking for some momentum changes, we'll provide you. So all that will happen, okay? So it's a partnership or like, I always say this, okay, that you may divorce your spouses, but you can't divorce your institute.
Right. Is that absolute?
And as once an institute is always an institute. So my institute is what it was 35 years back, is still once. Will become a grandparent, your grandchildren large key, which is to be went to Dada Dalit, Nana Nani, okay? The only end of saying that this was my description. So we have this lifelong partnership, and everything I just talked written with human evolution, consciousness, evolution of consciousness, experiential magic, all this. I think this is who we are, and that makes us who we are.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely correct. In fact, your statement has reminded me my soul live in my conversation. It was a nice conversation, Piyush. Thanks, and thank you so much.